Uh-oh. What's going on over here? What are you guys up to now? Beautiful day. Take the car out. I think we're gonna do some upgrades. All right. Take the nose off, take the hood off. We're gonna back it into the garage. We cleaned everything out in there. You yank the engine right out of that bad boy. Time for a freshen up upgrade. All right, here we go. And it's awesome having two boys help you out. Thank God they like helping me. That they like doing this stuff. Or it'd be over, I can tell you that. You ain't doing this stuff by yourself no more. This is crazy. All right, let's get it inside, set it all up. Pull the motor out. All right. She's in and ready to go. We gotta help them out of there. All right. All right. Nice, beautiful day to start a nice project like this. So Johnny's out here taking a floored pan down, and then we'll start taking the rest of this thing apart. All right, so starting to take this thing apart. Got that side header off, got most of the fuel lines off. So the headers, you could see how we did the headers there. So the car's on the ground, no problem. Take the headers off, take the EGT things off, sensors off, and the header actually will come out on the ground. I'm gonna turn the wheel a little bit. The other one, you didn't even have to touch on. The other one, I could probably get that one off too, but it just comes right off.
Yeah, that's good.
The more you spend a little bit of time in the beginning to do stuff, nice, right? You don't have to lift the car up, take it right off. The more you spend time when you're making something that you want to be able to take it off and on. Not that I would ever want to do this at the track, but I mean, you could. I'm not gonna. If you got that many issues that you got to do all this, that means it's time to go home. So we are taking the engine out. Got new connecting rods from R&R Rods. Check these out. If you guys need connecting rods, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I never heard of this guy. I called Callie's up with the crank that we have in the car, and I was asking him about rods, and we have the Oliver rods in it. When I called Oliver up for some specs on it, because we're changing the pistons, those are over there. New pistons, new rods, springs, we're gonna, bearings, the whole bit, rings, the whole bit. So we were waiting for pistons for, they told us it was gonna be 7 or 8 weeks. They showed up in 3. Awesome. And then the cam, they told us it was gonna be like 3 weeks. That showed up in like 2. Normally you get a cam in a couple of days. So they had the right cord, they did all that, we got all that. So Diamond Piston, shout out to them. The guy at Diamond Piston actually made us a custom piston. So those are 9-to-1 in the car now. These are 11-8. And he actually, between the piston pin and the piston and whatever package, so they custom made something so that we wouldn't have had to rebalance anything, just swap the piston over. But then when we called up about the rod, because I was looking for something, asking them about something, I just happened to say, so how much are these good for? Horsepower? And he goes like 700. I'm like, write this down. I said, they've been probably double that and then some, and like 100 plus passes. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I said, so I'm not gonna put that back in because now we're trying to make more horsepower with. So he's like, you know, I think you should go with aluminum rod, which I should have went with aluminum rod to begin with anyway. But make a long story short, the motor was supposed to run on gas, not methanol. That's why it's got 9-to-1 pistons in it and steel rods. So now these rods, this guy, so when I called Cali up to get the size of the rod, the size and all that, nobody got rods. Like they're talking 10 months or some like freaking crazy. So the guy at Cali said, give this guy a call. His name is Mike. So I call Mike up. Here's his information. He answers the phone. Okay. R&R rods, they're in Florida. As soon as I told him what I was doing, he knew exactly what I needed. So it wasn't like he was guessing. He said, yes, we have them, but I got to make them because I don't have any on the shelf at the moment. 6 weeks compared to 10, 12, 14 weeks. All right? I'm like, okay. It is what it is. Same prices, everybody else's, basically. So, Mike, R&R rods, 3 weeks, bang, got them. So now we're going to take the motor completely out. We're going to take everything apart. Just giving you a heads up what's going to happen. This way you know. So we're going to take the motor apart. We're going to bring everything over to Joe Cunningham's machine shop, which he's local to us here. Super nice guy. We met him. We were going to do the other deal with the other motor. And then he's the one that told us, hey, you can't use this. And then that threw everything up into a frenzy. But we got everything straightened out. We're going to take it apart, bring it over to him. He's going to basically check our clearances, rebalance everything, and then we're going to come back here and do all the fitting and blah, 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 and put it all back together. So you'll get to see probably all that. All right? Before I forget, so at the Cletus race, what happened was, I don't know if you guys remember, but it sucks because you don't go racing like every week, you know, which that's what we're trying to get to, so we know exactly what we're doing every time. So the computer took a dump, however you want to call it, if it locked up or something, and we couldn't get into the computer to change the tune-up in the car. So the thing was still on the kill tune-up from the time we were at the track before. We couldn't change it, and go look at it. It burnt right through the clutch. Like, I didn't have enough clutch in it.
Flip that over so you can see.
Oh, you could see it right here. And that. Not super crazy bad, but yeah, we're gonna clean it back up. So that's, what was that, 2 passes down there? Yeah. It went right through it. So we're gonna add more weight, obviously, to it. So now we know we need to put a lot more weight in it. And then the air, it was like really cool that day down there. So the thing was making the power compared to where we had it before. You know, during the summer, we had it on kill for summer. I forget. I don't even remember where we went, but I think we went down to Florida.
Braden.
Huh?
Not Braden. Yeah, Braden.
I don't remember. Anyway, but we never changed the tune-up from that. And then the air was better down there that day. The track wasn't, but the air was. So, anyway, all right, so we're going to finish taking all this crap apart, pull the motor out, and tear it down. We're going to replace a bunch of stuff in it, so. All right, we got the front all apart, the blower off, fuel lines, fuel injectors, all that crap, everything came off. So we're down to the bare, basically the bare motor. Just got the motor plate bolts holding it in. Which those are just laying in there for now. Got the hoist set up over here. I'm gonna throw a strap through it. Pull it all out. Set it up on the engine stand. We already had the oil drain. Take it all apart. We're gonna order some new belts. So everything gets a new belt, all new service, everything. Like starting from scratch. Nope, there's nothing. All you gotta do is lift it a little bit. Just take a little pressure. Pull them 2 bolts out.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Here.
There, keep going. Right.
Yeah, you should, yeah, that's it. Now remember, it's on the dowel pins in the
In the back, yeah.
All right, there's nothing else back there. Just look in there real quick. Make sure there's no bolts coming through. There shouldn't be nothing.
No.
Okay, so you just need to just pop it forward. No, that's it. Just come forward. Everything should just come straight forward. We are yanking the engine. That's it. Ready? You just, hey,
Yeah.
okay, now pay attention. See the steering?
What?
You got to come out. See
Yeah, I
this?
know.
All right,
Go.
so you're only coming out like another
Go.
½ inch, just like that,
Hang on. Go up.
and that's it. That's it. Clear the steering shaft.
Up.
Up, Kila, up, up. It's like a circus act. All right, we're good. Nothing's touching in the back. Oh yeah, baby. All right,
Go all the way up.
take it out.
Go all the way up.
All right, that's good. Now let's pull it over here. Just watch those. That's good. Ready?
Yep.
Watch. Turn it so it doesn't. Yeah. All right, get the engine stand.
Easy. Keep going.
Man, it's nice out here today.
Right there.
Little baby, look at the little baby. Little baby.
Well, it's out. We should change all the spark plugs.
I know,
These are brand
we're
new,
gonna
though,
change
kinda.
everything.
They
All right,
were
we're gonna
kinda
set this thing up
already
on a stand.
done. I let it down some.
Gotta go get bolts. I don't remember where the bolts are. Might have to go get some. All right, so today, got this thing all apart. Nice the way the tranny just slides back. You don't even have to take it out of the car. That's that. I'm gonna move some of this stuff around. Set up a spot right here where it's nice and clean. Tear the engine apart. So, starting the process. So if you look, the condensation is crazy, but we don't want there's no water run through the thing. So all that condensation, if you look real close, like right there, see that little,
Yeah.
see that little, looks like a bubble in there?
Yeah.
That's water, condensation. So
It's
you
hard
don't-
to see on
Here,
the
right here,
camera.
look, you go like this, watch. See the condensation? No. That's all just water. Alright, so valve covers off, Chesil rockers, big push rods. Everything looks good, so I don't see nothing crazy. Which there shouldn't be nothing crazy because there was nothing wrong with it. We're just redoing the pistons and the rods. So intake is off. Got that Australian intake on there.
You got them all out already, right? Yeah. Johnny, help him pull this off.
It's not heavy,
No.
by no means. So I just want to make sure.
Just make sure it doesn't go stuck to it.
Back to you.
I haven't
Beautiful.
seen that off in a long time.
Okay. Gotta go and order a bunch of gaskets and stuff.
Yeah.
All gaskets, all the gaskets. Oh, everything works nice. Beautiful. Okay. Start tearing the heads off it. Okay. I gotta order intake. I have intake gaskets. I gotta order a timing belt, valve cover gaskets. I gotta make a list. Do me a favor, go give me a pen and that. It's in the kitchen, on the floor. All right, we're getting there. Got everything laid out here. Heads are off. Everything looks good so far, which I wasn't, like I said, I'm not looking for any problems. There was no issue, so. But we're checking everything anyway. We're gonna make sure all the lifters are good. Push rods. All right, make sure they're all nice and straight. Big old push rods. So the tip is what normally, the size would normally be. You can see how big these are. All right, so gonna roll it over, take the pan off, start doing the bottom end. I'm gonna show you this pan real quick. So we get all the pans that we use. We get them from Steph's. They're right here in New Jersey. Great guys over there. So the way this pan, this has got a nice kick out on it. It's a drag race pan. It's got these plugs so that you could get to access the studs that are in here, right? And it's got the two on the end and two on the end, and a drain. Everything's O-ringed, so real nice setup. So this is still a wet sump. It's got an oil pump in it, and then he gives us all the pump. He gives us the pickup, all that stuff. Windage trays in here, a little kick out. Actually, that's pretty. It's a big kick out. Windage tray, and the door flops for. They're like little trap doors in there. I'll show you when I take the pan off. The next pan, the one that we're making for the other motor, that is actually going to be a two-piece. So I'll be able to take the bottom, just the bottom, leave that all in here. You don't have to go through all this at all. Leave that in, and it'll have a bottom tray, like a bottom half. So you could service the bearings and stuff on it. All right, here we go. Let me take this apart. Okay. Got everything else off. Got the oil pan off. Looks nice. Nothing floating around. Looks good. So that's what the pan looks like from the inside. So it's got this screen and a kick out. So it stops the oil from foaming up and getting flung back up into the crank. Everything else looks good. Nothing going on in there. Okie dokie. Take the rest of this out. Get the oil pump off it. Take the rods and the pistons out. Okay. Got all the pistons out. Everything looks really good. Just gotta see, let's see this one right here. All right, got all the caps off. All the mains look good. All the bearings look good. Everything looks good. Thrust bearing looks good. No wear on nothing crazy. No, that's it. It's nice and free. So the only thing left to do is take it out. Before I take it out, I'm going to take one of the other rods and put it in here real quick and make sure I got a good clearance. And then we'll bring all this over to Joe's. Okay? Stay tuned for the next part, putting it back together.